Anga, Huramoya.
Hence home, you idle creatures! Get you home! What, is this a holiday? Speak, what trade art thou?
Why, sir, carpenter. Where is thy leather, aid through thy rule? Why dost thou wear thy best apparel? You, woman, what is your trade?
Truly, sir, in respect to a fine workman, but as you would say, a cobbler.
But what trade art thou? Answer me directly.
A trade, sir, that I hope I may use with a safe conscience, which is indeed, sir, a mender of bad souls.
What trade thou wilt make? What trade?
Nay, sir, I beseech you, be not out with me. Yet, if you be out with me, sir, I can mend you.
What meanest thou mend me, thou saucy jade?
Why, sir, cobble you.
Thou a cobbler art thou?
Truly, sir, all that I live by is with the oar. I meddle in no tradesmen's matters, nor women's matters. But with all, indeed, I am, sir, a surgeon to old shoes. When they are in great danger, I recover them. As proper men ever trod upon neat's leather have gone upon my handiwork.
But wherefore art not in thy shop today? Why dost thou leave these men about the streets?
Truly, sir, to wear out their shoes. And to get myself into more work.
Yeah.
But indeed, sir, we are here to make holiday to Caesar.
Wherefore rejoice? What triumph brings he home? What tributaries follow him to Rome? There to grace in captive bonds his chariot wheels. You blocks, you stones, you worse than senseless things, you hard hearts, you cruel men of Rome. You not Pompey? Many's the time and oft you have climbed up to walls and battlements, to towers and windows, yea, to the chimney tops, and there sat the livelong day in patient expectation of his return to Rome. When he did but appear, did you not raise a universal shout? The Tiber trembled within her banks to hear the replication of your sounds in her concave shores. And do you now put on your best apparel? And do you call out a holiday? And do you strew flowers in his path that comes in conquest over Pompey's blood? Run to your homes, fall on your knees and pray to the gods to intermit the plague that leaves us light on this ingratitude.
Go, good countrymen, and for this fault assemble all the poor men of your sort. Draw near to Tiber banks and weep your tears into the channel, to the lowest stream who kiss them as its old shores of water. See, whether their waste is left on they vanish tongue-tied in their guilty. Go you down that way towards the capital. This way will I. This is where the images, if you do find them decked with ceremonies.
May we do so? It's the feast of Lupercal.
It is no matter. Let no images be hung with Caesar's trophy. Art thou to drive the vulgar from the streets? So do you too, where you perceive them thick. These growing feathers, plucked from Caesar's wing, will make him fly in ordinary pitch, who else would soar above the view of men, and keep us all in servile fearfulness.
Stand you directly in Antonius' way when he doth run his course. Antonius,
Caesar, my lord.
forget not in your haste, Antonius, to touch Calpurnia, for our elders say that the Baron, touched in this holy chase, shake off their sterile curse.
I shall remember. When Caesar says do this, this is performed.
Then set on, and leave no ceremony out.
Caesar!
Ah, good calls.
Bid every noise be still, peace yet again.
Who is it in the press that calls on me? I hear a voice shred of an over music cry, Caesar. Well, speak! Caesar is turned to listen.
Beware the Ides of March.
What woman is that?
A soothsayer bids you beware the Ides of March.
Well, set her before me. Let me see her face.
Madam, come from the throng. Look upon Caesar.
Well, what sayest thou to me now? Speak once again.
Beware the Ides of March.
She is a dreamer. Let us leave her. Pass!
Caesar! 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 Hooray!
Will you go see the order of the course?
Not I.
I pray you do.
I'm not gamesome. I do lack some part of that quick spirit that is Nancy. Let me not hinder Cassius your desires. I'll leave you.
Brutus, I do observe you now of late. I have not from your eyes that gentleness and show of love as I was wont to have. You wear too stubborn and too straight a hand over your friend that loves you.
Cassius, be not deceived. If I had veiled my looks, I could turn the trouble of my countenance merely upon myself. Vexed I am of late, passions of some difference, conceptions only proper to myself, which give some soil, perhaps, to my behaviours. But let not therefore my good friends be grieved, among which number Cassius you be one, nor construe any further my neglect than that poor Brutus, with himself at war, forgets the shows of love to other men.
Then I have much mistook your passion, by means whereof this breast of mine hath buried thoughts of great value, worthy cogitations. Tell me, good Brutus, can you see your face?
No, Cassius, for the eye sees not itself, but by reflections, by some other thing.
'Tis just, and 'tis very much lamented, Brutus, that you have no such mirrors as would turn your hidden worthiness into your eye, that you might see your reflection. I have heard where many of the best respect in Rome, except immortal Caesar, speaking of Brutus and groaning under this age's yoke, I wish that noble Brutus had his eyes.
To what dangers would you lead me, Cassius, that you would have me seek into myself for that which is not in me?
Therefore, be prepared to hear. And since you know you cannot see yourself so well as by reflection, I, your glass, will modestly discover to yourself that of yourself which you yet not know of. Be not jealous of me, gentle Brutus.
Were I a common laugh, or deduce to start my ordinary oaths of love to every new protester? If you know that I do fawn on men and hunt them hard and after scandal them, and if you know that I profess myself to banqueting in all the road, then hold me dangerous.
Who's this shouting? Do you fear the people choose Caesar for their king?
Aye, do you fear it? Then I must think you would not have it so.
I would not, Cassius, yet I love you well. Wherefore do you hold me here so long? What is it that you would impart to me? If it be aught toward the general good, set honour in one eye and death in the other, and I will look on both indifferently. But let the gods so speed me, as I love the name of honour more than I fear death.
I know that virtue to be in you, as well as I do know your outward favour. Well, honour is the subject of my story. I cannot tell what you and other men think of this life. But for my single self, I had as lief not be, as to live in awe of such a thing as I myself. I was born as free as Caesar. So were you. We have both fed as well, and we can both endure the winter's cold as well as he. For, once upon a raw and gusty day, the troubled Tiber chafing with her shores, Caesar said to me, "Darest thou now, Cassius, leap with me into this angry flood, and swim to yonder point?" On the word, creature as I was, I plunged in and bade him follow. Indeed he did. The torrent roared and we debuffeted with lusty sinews, throwing it aside and stemming it with hearts of controversy. But ere we could arrive upon the point proposed, Caesar cried to me, "Help me, Cassius, or I sink." I, as Aeneas, our great ancestor, did from the flames of Troy upon his shoulders the old Anchises bear, so from the waves of the Tiber did I this tired Caesar. And this man is now become a god, and Cassius is a wretched creature, and must bend his body as Caesar carelessly but not on him. He had a fever when he was in Spain, and when the fit was on him I did mark how he did shake. 'Tis true, this god did shake. His coward lips from their colour did fly, and that same eye whose ore doth bend the world did lose his lustre. I did hear him groan. Aye, and that tongue of his that bade the Romans mark him and write their speeches in his books. Alas, it cried Titinius, give me some drink like a sick girl. Gods, it doth amaze me, a man of such a feeble temper should so get the start of the majestic world and bear the palm alone.
Another general shout. I do believe that these are clauses are for some new honours that are heaped on Caesar.
Why, man, he doth destroy the narrow world like a colossus. And we, petty men, walk under his huge legs and peep about to find ourselves dishonourable graves. Men, sometimes are masters of their fates. For dear Brutus lies not in the stars, but in ourselves that we are underlings. Brutus and Caesar. What should be in that, Caesar? Why should that name be sounded more than yours? Write them together, yours is as fair a name. Sound them, yours doth become the mouth as well. Weigh them, yours is as heavy. Conjure with them, Brutus will start a spirit as soon as Caesar. Now in the names of all the gods at once, upon what meat doth this, our Caesar, feed that he is grown so great? Age, thou art shamed. Rome, thou hast lost the breed of noble bloods. When went there by an age since the great floods? But it was famed with more than with one man. And did they say till now that took to Rome that our wide wars encompassed only one man? Now is it Rome indeed in room enough, when there is in it but only one man? You and I have heard our fathers say, there was a Brutus once with the eternal devil to keep his state in Rome as easily as a king.
That you do love me, I am nothing jealous. What you would work me to, I have some aim. How I have thought of this and of these times I shall recount hereafter. For this present I would not, so with love I may entreat you, be any further moved. What you have said, I will consider. What you have to say, I will with patience hear, and find a time both meet to hear and answer such high things. Till then, my noble friend, chew upon this. Brutus had rather be a villager than to repute himself a son of Rome under these hard conditions as this time is like to lay upon us.
I am glad that my weak words have struck but thus much shell fire from you, Brutus.
The games are done, Caesar is returning.
As they pass by, pluck Casca by the sleeve, and he will, after his sour fashion, tell you what a conceded word you've known today.
Will do so. Look you, the angry spot that glow on Caesar's brow, and all the rest of like a chilling train. Calphurnius' cheek is pale, and Cicero looks with such ferret and such fiery eyes as we have seen him in the Capitol being crossed in conference by some senators.
Casca will tell us what the matter is.
Antonius,
Caesar?
let me have men about me who are fat. Sleek-headed men, such as sleep a night. Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous.
Fear him not, Caesar. He's not dangerous. He's a noble Roman and well given.
Would he were fatter. But I do not fear him. Yet if my name were liable to fear, I do not know the man I should so soon avoid as that spare Cassius. He reads much. He is a great observer, and he looks quite through the deeds of men. He loves no plays, as thou dost, Antony. He hears no music. Seldom he smiles. And smiles in such a sort as if he mocked himself and scorned his spirit that could be moved to smile at anything. Such men as he be never at heart's ease, while they do perceive are greater than themselves, and therefore are they very dangerous. I rather tell thee what is to be feared than what I fear, for always I am Caesar. Come, tell me truly what thou thinkst of him.
You pulled me by the cloak. Would you speak with me?
Hi, Casca. Tell us what was the chance today that Caesar looks so sad.
You were with him, were you not?
I should not then ask, Casca, what it chanced.
There was a crown offered him, and being offered him, he put it by in the back of his hand thus. Then the people fell shouting.
What's the second noise for?
Why for that too?
They shouted thrice. What was the last cry for?
Why for that too?
Was the crown offered him thrice?
I married was, and he put it by thrice, each time gentler than other, and at each putting by mine honest neighbours shouted.
Who offered him the crown?
Why, Antony.
Tell us the manner of it, gentle Casca.
I thought he hanged himself the manner of it. It was mere foolery. I did not mark it. I saw Mark Antony offer him a crown. It was not a crown either, it was one of these coronets. And as I told you, he put it by once, but for all that, to my thinking, he would fain have had it. Offered it to him again. He put it by again. But to my thinking, he was very loath to lay his fingers off it. He offered it to him the third time. He put it the third time by, and still as he refused it, the rabblement hooted and clapped their chopped hands and threw up their sweaty nightcaps and uttered such a deal of stinking breath because Caesar refused the crown that it almost choked Caesar, for he swooned and fell down at it. And for my own part, I durst not laugh for fear of opening my lips and receiving the bad air.
But soft, I pray you. What, did Caesar swoon?
Right, he fell down in the marketplace and foamed at mouth and was speechless.
It's very like. He He hath the falling sickness.
No, Caesar hath it not. But you and I, and honest Casca, we have the falling sickness.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I'm sure Caesar fell down. If the tag-rag people did not clap him and hiss him, according to pleased or displeased them as they used to do the players in the theatre, I am no true man.
What said he when he came unto himself?
Marry, before he fell down, when he realised the common herd was glad he refused the crown, he plucked me open his doublet and offered them his throat to cut. And I had been a man of any occupation. If I would not have taken their word, I would have might go to hell among the rogues. And so he fell. When he came to himself again, he said, if he had done or said anything amiss, he desired their worships to think it was his infirmity. 3 or 4 wenches, where I stood, cried, alas, good soul, and forgave him with all their hearts. There's no heed to be taken of them. If Caesar had stabbed their mothers, they would have done no less.
And after that, he came thus sad away.
Did Cicero say anything?
I spoke Greek.
To what effect?
Nay, I tell you that, I'll never look you in the face again. Those that understood him smiled at one another and shook their heads. But for mine own part, it was Greek to me. I could tell you more news too. Marullus and Flavius, for pulling scarves off Caesar's images, were put to silence. Very well. There was more foolery yet, if I could remember it.
Will you sup with me tonight, Casca?
Nay, I promise, Paul.
Will you dine with me tomorrow?
Aye, if I be alive, and your mind hold, and your dinner worth the eating.
Good. I will expect you.
Do so. Farewell, both.
Blunt fellow is this grown to be. He was quick metal when he went to school.
So is he now, in execution of any bold or noble enterprise. But he puts on this tardy form. This rudeness is but sauce to his good wit, which gives men a stomach to digest his words with better appetite.
And so it is. This time I will leave you. Tomorrow, if you please to speak with me, I will come home to you. Or if you will, come home to me, and I will wait for you.
I will do so. Till then, think of the world. Well, Brutus, thou art noble. But I see no honourable metal might be wrought in that it is disposed. For it is meet that noble minds ever keep with their lights, or who so firm it cannot be seduced. Caesar doth bear me hard, but he loves Brutus. If I were Brutus now, and he were Cassius, he should not humour me. I will this night in at his window throw, in several hands as though it came from several citizens, writings all tending to the great opinion that Rome holds of his name, wherein obscurely Caesar's ambition shall be hinted at. And after this, let Caesar seat him sure, for we will shake him, or worse days endure.
Roger Caesar home. Why, it's so heavy. I stay you, sir.
Are you not moved when all the sway of earth shakes like a thing unfirm? Oh, Cicero, I have seen tempests when the scalding winds have rived the knotty oaks, and I have seen the ambitious ocean swell and rage and foam to be exalted with the threatening clouds. But never till tonight, never till now did I go through a tempest dropping fire. Either there is a civil strife in heaven, or else the world, through sorcery of the gods, incenses them to send destruction.
Well, saw you nothing more wonderful?
Common slave, you know him well by sight, held up his left hand, which did flame and burn like 20 torches joined, and yet his hand, not sensible of fire, remained unscorched. Besides, I not since put up my sword. Against the Capitol I met a lion, who glazed upon me and went surly by, without annoying me. And they were drawn upon a heap 100 ghastly women, transformed with their fear, who swore they saw men all in fire walk up and down the streets. And yesterday the bird of night did sit even at noonday upon the marketplace, hooting and shrieking. When these prodigies do so conjointly meet, let not men say, these are their reasons they are natural, for I believe they are portentous things unto the climate that they point upon.
Indeed. This is a strange disposed of time. Men make to strew things clean against the purpose of the things themselves. Come Caesar to the Capitol tomorrow.
He doth. If we did bid Antonius send word to you, he'd be there tomorrow.
I trust you. This disturbed sky is not to walk up.
Farewell, Cicero.
there?
A Roman?
Casca by your voice.
Your ear is good. Cassius. What night is this?
A very pleasing night to honest men.
Whoever knew the heavens menace so?
Those that have known the earth so full of fault. For my part, I walked about the streets, submittingly unto this perilous night. And, thus unbraced as you see, Casca had bared my bosom to the thunderstone. And when the cross-blue lightning seemed to open the breast of heaven, I did present myself, even in the aim of very flashes.
But wherefore did you so much tempt the heavens? It is the part of men to fear and to tremble when the most mighty gods by tokens send such dreadful heralds to astonish us.
You are dumb, Casca. Those sparks of life that should be known, which you want. What else you use not? You look pale and gaze and put on fear. Cast yourself in wonder to see the strange impatience of their heavens. But if you would consider the true cause, why all these fires? Why all these gliding ghosts? Why birds and beasts from quality and kind? Why old men, fools and children calculate? Why all these things change in their ordinance, their natures, their preformed faculties to monstrous qualities? Why you shall find it heaven having fools with these spirits, to make them instruments of fear and warning unto some monstrous state. Now could I, Casca, name to thee a man most like this dreadful night, that thunders, lightens, open graves, and roars as doth the lion in the Capitol. A man no mightier than thyself or me, personal action, yet prestigious grown, fearful as strange eruptions.
It is Caesar that you mean, not Cassius.
Let it be who it is. For Romans now have thews of limbs like to their ancestors. But woe the while! Our fathers' minds are dead, we are governed by our mother spirits. Our local suffering shows rubbish.
Indeed. They say the senators tomorrow mean to establish Caesar as a king, and he shall wear his crown by sea and land in every place, so here in Italy.
I know where I will wear this day. Cassius from bondage will deliver Cassius. Therein, ye gods, you make the weak most strong. Therein, ye gods, your tyrants do defeat. Nor stony tower, nor walls of beaten brass, nor airless dungeon, nor strong links of iron can be retentive to the strength of spirit. But life, being weary of these worldly bars, never lacks power to dismiss itself. If I know this, or everything in the world's besides, part of tyranny I do bear, I can shake off at pleasure.
So can I. So every bondman in his own hand bears the power to cancel his captivity.
Then why should Caesar be a tyrant then? Poor man. No, that it would not be a wolf, but that he sees the Romans are but sheep. He were no lion, were not Romans' hinds. Those that with haste will make a mighty fire, begin it with weak straws. Trash is Rome, what rubbish and what offal when it serves for the base matter to illuminate so vile a thing as Caesar. But all grief, where hast thou led me? I perhaps did this before a willing bondman. Then I know my answer must be made. But I am armed, and dangers to me are indifferent.
You speak to Casca, and to such a man that is no fearing telltale. Hold my hand, be factious for redress of all these griefs. I shall set this foot of mine as far as who goes farthest.
There's a bargain made. Now, know you, Casca, I have moved already some of the most certain, noble-minded Romans to undergo with me an enterprise of honourable, dangerous consequence. And I do know by this they stay for me in Pompey's porch, where, this fearful night, there is no stir or walking in the streets, and the complexion of the element like the favours of the work we have in hand, most bloody, fiery, and most terrible.
Soft a while, here comes one in haste.
It is Cinna, I do know him by his gait. He is a friend. Cinna, where haste you so?
To seek out you. Who's that? Metellus Simba?
No, it is Casca, one in corporal to our tenants. I'm on a stage for Cinna.
I'm glad I'm... It's a fearful night this is. Two or three of us have seen some strange sights.
Am I not stayed for? Tell me.
Yes, you are. Oh, Cassius, if you could but win Brutus to our party...
You can take. Good sinner, take this paper and look you lay it in the praetor's chair where Brutus may find it. Throw this in at his window, seal this up with wax upon old Brutus's statue. All that done, repair to Pompey's porch where you shall find us. Is Decius Brutus and Trebonius there?
Yes, or the same Metellus Simba who's gone to seek you at your house. Well, I will hide and bestow these as you bade me.
That done, repair to Pompey's theatre. Come, Casca, you and I will yet ere day see Brutus at his house. 3 parts of him were out already, and the man entire upon our next encounter yields in ours.
No, he sits high in all the people's hearts, and that which would appear offence in us, his countenance, like richest alchemy, will change to virtue and to worthiness.
Him and his worth and our great need of him we have right well conceited. Come, before it is after midnight, and ere day we will wake him and be sure of him.
What? Lucius, ho! Cannot by the progress of the stars guess how near today. Lucius, I say! It were my fault to sleep so soundly. When, Lucius, when? Awake, I say! What, Lucius? Get me a taper in my study, Lucius. When it is lighted, come and call me here. Must be by his death. For my part, I know no personal cause to swear at him, but for the general, he would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. It is the bright day that brings the adder forth, and that craves wary walking. Crown him, that, and then, I grant me, put a sting in him that at his will he may do danger with. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reason. But it is a common proof that lowliness is young ambition's ladder, whereto the climber upward turns his face. When he once attains the utmost bound, he then unto the ladder turns his back, looks in the clouds, scorning the base degrees by which he may descend. So Caesar may. Unless he may prevent, and, since the quarrel will bear no colour for the thing he is, fashion it thus, that what he is augmented would run to these and these extremities, and therefore think him as a serpent's egg, which hatched would, as is kind, grow mischievous. And kill him in the shell.
The taper burneth in your closet, sir. Searching your window for flint, I found this paper. It's sealed up. I'm sure it did not lie there when I went to bed.
Get you to bed again. 'Tis not day. Is not tomorrow the Ides of March?
I know not, sir.
Look in the calendar and bring me word.
I will, sir.
Exaltations whizzing in the air give so much light that I may read by them. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake and see thyself. Shall roam, etc. Speak, strike, redress. Brutus, thou sleepst. Awake. Such instigations have been often dropped where I have took them up. Shall roam, etc. Thus must I piece it out. Shall roam. Stand under one man's oar? What, Rome? My ancestors did from the streets of Rome the Tarquin drive when he was called a king. Speak, strike, redress. Am I entreated to speak and strike? Or Rome, I make thee promise, if the redress will follow, thou receivest thy full petition at the hand of Brutus.
Sir, much is wasted 15 days.
It is good. Go to the gate. Somebody knocks. Since Cassius first did wet me against Caesar, I have not slept. Between the acting, the dreadful thing, and the first motion, all the interim is like a phantasma or a hideous dream. The genius and the mortal instruments are then at council, and the state of man, like to a little kingdom, suffers then the nature of an insurrection.
Sir, 'tis your brother Cassius at the door. He doth desire to see you.
Is he alone?
No, sir, there are more with him.
Do you know them?
No, sir, their hats are plucked about their hoods and half their faces buried in their cloaks. But by no means I may discover them by any mark of favour.
Demeter, they are the faction. Oh, conspiracy! Shamest thou to show thy dangerous brow by night when evils are most free? Oh, then by day, where will I find a cavern dark enough to mask thy monstrous visage? Seek none conspiracy, hide it in smiles and affability. For if thou pass thy native semblance on, not Erebus itself were dim enough to hide me from prevention.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Your moral, Brutus, do we trouble you?
And up this hour awake all night. Know I these men that come along with you?
Yes, every one of them. And no one here but honours you. And every one doth wish that you had that opinion of yourself that every noble Roman bears of you. This is Trebonius.
Yes, welcome to her.
This Decius Brutus.
She is welcome too.
This Castor, this Cinna, and this Metellus Simba.
They are all welcome. What watchful cares do interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break here?
No.
Oh, pardon, sir, it doth. The yon grey lines which fret the clouds are the messengers of day. You shall
confess that you are both deceived. Here as I point my sword the sun arises, which is a great way growing on the south, waning the youthful season of the year. Some 2 months hence, up higher towards the north, he first presents his fire, and the highest stands as the capital, directly here.
Give me your hands all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No! Not an oath. Not the face of men, the sufferance of our souls, the time's abuse. If these be motives weak, break off betimes, and every man hence to his idle bed. So let high-sighted tyranny range on till each man drop by lottery. But if these, as I am sure they do, bear fire enough to kindle cowards, and steel with valour the melting spirits of women, then, countrymen, what need we any spur but our own cause to prick us to redress? What are the bond and secret Romans that have spoke the word and will not palter? And what are the oath? But honesty to honesty engage that this shall be, or we will fall for it. Swear priests and cowards and men causeless, all feeble carriers and such suffering souls but welcome wrongs. Unto bad causes swear such creatures as men bound. Do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the irrepressive metal of our spirits, to think that, or our cause, or our performance did even oath. When every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, guilty of a several bastardy if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that hath passed from him.
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
Oh, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and buy men's voices to commend our deeds. It shall be said his judgment ruled our hands. Our youths and wildness shall no whit appear, but all be buried in his gravity.
Nay, no, not. Let us not break with him, for he will never follow anything that other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched, but only Caesar?
Decius, well urged. I do not think it is meet that Mark Antony, so well loved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find in him a shrewd contriver, and you know his means, if he should improve them, may well stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent that Antony and Caesar fall together.
Of course, will seem too bloody, Caius Cassius, to cut off the head and then hack the limbs, like wrath in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers, Caius. We all stand up against the spirit of Caesar. And in the spirit of men there is no blood. Oh, that we then can come by Caesar's spirit and not dismember Caesar. But alas, Caesar must bleed for it. And gentle friends, let's kill him boldly, but not wrathfully. Let's carve him as a dish fit for the gods, not hew him as a carcass fit for hounds. And let our hearts, as subtle masters do, stir up their servants to an act of rage, and after seem to chide him. This shall make our purpose necessary and not envious, which so appearing to the common eyes, we shall be called purgers, not murderers. But for Mark Antony, think not of him, for he can do no more than Caesar's arm, where Caesar's head is off.
Yet I fear him, for the engrafted love he
Alas,
bears.
Cassius, think not of him. If he loves Caesar, all he can do is to himself take thought and die for Caesar. And that will much he should, for he is given to sports, to wildness, and much company.
There is no fear in him. Let him not die, for he will live and laugh this hereafter.
Peace. Come along.
The clock has stricken 3.
This time's past.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth to pay or no, for he is superstitious grown of late. Quite from the main opinion he once held of fantasies of dreams and ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of this night, and the persuasion of his augurs may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can oversway him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions with toils, and men with flatterers. And when I tell him he hates flatterers, he says he does, being then most flattered. Let me work, for I can give his humour the true bent, and I will bring him to the capital.
Nay, we will all of us be there to fetch him.
By the 8th hour, is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
Caius Ligarius doth bear Caesar hard for raced him for speaking well of Pompey. I wonder none of you have thought of him.
Now, good Maternus, go along by him. He loves me well, and I have given him reasons. Bring him but hither, and I'll fashion him.
Morning comes upon us. We'll leave you, Brutus. And friends, disperse yourselves. Let's all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
And gentle friends, look fresh and merry. Then not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, in untired spirits and formal constancy. So, good morrow, everyone. Lucius! Fast asleep. It is no matter. Enjoy the honey-heady dew of slumber. Thou hast no figures nor no fantasies that busy care draws in the brains of men. Therefore thou sleepest so sound.
Brutus, my lord.
What? Portia, what mean you? Wherefore rise you now? It is not for your health thus to commit your weak condition to the raw cold morning.
Not for yours neither. You have ungently, Brutus, stole from my bed. And yesternight at supper you suddenly arose and walked about, musing and sighing with your arms across. And when I asked you what the matter was, you stared upon me with ungentle looks. I urged you further, and then you scratched your head and too impatiently stamped with your foot. Still I persisted. Still you answered not, but with an angry wafture of your hand gave sign for me to leave you. So I did, fearing to strengthen that impatience which seemed too much enkindled, and withal, hoping it was but an effect of humour which sometimes hath his hour with every man. It will not let you eat, nor talk, nor sleep, and could it work so much upon your shape as it hath might prevail on your condition, I should not know you, Brutus. Dear my lord, make me acquainted with your cause of grief.
I am not well in health, and that is all.
Brutus is wise, and were he not in health, he would embrace the means to come by it.
Why, so I do. Good Portia, go to bed.
Is Brutus sick? And is it physical to walk unbraced and suck up the humour of the dank morning? What? Is Brutus sick? And will he steal out of wholesome bed to dare the vile contagion of the night, and tempt the roomy and unpurged air to add unto his sickness? No, my Brutus. You have some sick offence within your mind, which, by right and virtue of my place, I ought to know of. And upon my knees I charm you, by my once commended beauty, by all your vows of love, and by that great vow which did incorporate and make us one, that you unfold to me yourself, your half, while you were heavy. And what men tonight have had resort to you? For here there have been some 6 or 7 who did hide their faces even from darkness.
Kneel not, gentle Portia.
I should not need if you were gentle, Brutus. But in the bond of marriage, tell me, Brutus, is it accepted that I should know no secrets that appertain to you? Am I yourself but, as it were, insult or limitation? To keep with you at meals, comfort your bed, and talk to you sometimes? Dwell I but in the suburbs of your good pleasure? If it be so, Portia is Brutus' harlot, not his wife.
You are my true and honourable wife, as precious to me as are the ruddy drops that visit my sad heart.
If this were true, then should I know this secret. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman that Lord Brutus took to wife. I grant I am a woman, but withal a woman well reputed, Cato's daughter. Think you I am no stronger than my sex, being so fathered and so husbanded? Tell me your secrets. I will not disclose them. I have made strong proof of my constancy, giving myself a voluntary wound here in the thigh. Can I bear that with patience and not my husband's secrets?
Ye gods, render me worthy of this noble wife! Hark, hark, one knocks. Portia, go in a while, and by my bosom shall partake the secrets of my heart. All my engagements will I construe to you, all the charactery of my sad brows. Leave me in haste. Lucius, who's that knocks?
Brutus sit well and speak with you.
Christ, Agarius, that Attila spake of. Lucius, stand aside. Christ, Agarius, how?
Vouchsafe good morrow from a feeble tongue.
What a time have you chose outright, Caius, to wear a kerchief? I would you were not sick.
I am not sick, Brutus had in hand. Any exploit worthy the name of honour.
Such an exploit had I in hand, Agarius, had you a helpful ear to hear it.
By all the gods Romans bow before, I here discard my sickness. Soul of Rome, brave son derived from honourable loins, thou, like an exorcist, hast conjured up my mortified spirit. bid me run, and I will strive with things impossible, yea, get the better of them. What's to do?
Piece of work that will make sick men whole.
But are not some whole that we must make sick?
Why, that must we also. What it is, my Caius, I will unfold to you, as we are going to whom it must be done.
Set on your foot, and I will follow you. To do I know not what, but it sufficeth that Brutus leads me on.
Follow me then.
Thrice in her sleep of Calpurnia cried out, "Help, oh, they murder Caesar." Who's within?
My lord.
Go bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of the house today.
Caesar shall go forth. For the things that threaten me ne'er look but on my back. When they shall see the face of Caesar, they are banished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies. Yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things that we have heard and seen, recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets. Braves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce, fiery warriors fight upon the clouds in ranks and squadrons, and right forms of war which drizzle blood upon the capital. The noise of battle purpled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan. Ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use. I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comets seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders I have heard, I have often thought it most strange that men should fear, seeing with death a necessary end will come when it will come. What say the augurs?
They would not have me to stir forth today. Plucking the entrails and offering forth, they could not find a heart within the beast.
Well, the gods do this in shame of cowardice. For Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home from fear today. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well that I am more dangerous than he. We are two lions, littered in the same day, and I the elder and more terrible, and Caesar shall go forth!
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today. Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. We'll send Mark Antony to the Senate house, and he shall say you are not well today. Let me in this way prevail in this.
Mark Antony shall say that I am not well, and for thy humour I will stay at home today. And here's Decius Brutus, she shall tell them so.
Caesar, all hail. Good morrow, mighty Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate house.
And you are come in very happy time to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them that I will not come today. Cannot is false, but I dare not falser. I will not come. Tell them so, Decius.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arm so far to be afraid to tell greybeards the truth? Decius, tell them I will not come.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not come. That is enough to satisfy the senators. But for thy private satisfaction, because I love you, I will let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home today. She dreamt she should see my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. And many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And these does she apply for portents and warnings and evils imminent, and even on her knee have begged me to stay at home today.
This dream is all a misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spouting blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you great Rome shall suck pictures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This by Calphurnia's dream is signified.
And in this way have you well expounded it.
I have, when you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded this day to give a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send word that you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock act to be rendered for someone to say, "Break up the Senate till another time, till Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams." If Caesar hide himself, shall they not whisper, "Lo, Caesar is afraid"? Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love to your proceeding bids me tell you this, and reason to my love is liable.
How foolish your dreams seem now, Calphurnia. I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. And here's Metellus Simba come to fetch me.
Good morrow, Caesar.
Welcome, Metellus. What Brutus are you stirred so early to? Good morrow, Casca. Oh, Caius Ligarius. Caesar was ne'er so much your enemy as that same aid which had made you lead. What is it o'clock?
Caesar, 'tis struck an 8.
I thank you for your pains and honest courtesy. Mark Antony, who revels long a night, is notwithstanding up. Good morrow, Antony.
So the most noble Caesar.
Go bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be waited for. Now, Casca, now Trebonius. I have an hour's talk in store for you today. Remember that you call on me. Be near me, that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that your best friend shall wish I had been further.
Good friend, come, take some wine with me. And then we, like friends, will go straight away together.
Every like is not the same, O Caesar. The heart of Brutus learns to think upon.
Caesar, beware of Brutus. Take heed of Cassius. Come not near Casca, have an eye to Cinna. Trust not to Bronius. Mark well and tell us Simba. Theseus Brutus loves thee not. Thou hast wronged Caius Ligarius. There is but one mind in all these men, and it is bent against Caesar. If thou beest not immortal, look about you. Security gives way to conspiracy. The mighty gods defend thee, thy lover, Artemidorus. Here will I stand till Caesar pass along, and as a suitor will I give him this. My heart laments that virtue cannot live out of the teeth of emulation. If thou read this, Caesar, thou mayest live. If not, the fates with traitors do contrive.
A pretty girl, run up to the Senate house. Stay not to answer me, but get thee gone. Why dost thou stay?
To know my errand, madam.
I would have had thee there and here again, else I could tell thee what thou shouldst do there. Oh, Constancy, be strong upon my side. Set a huge mountain twixt my heart and tongue. I have a man's mind, but a woman's might. How hard it is for women to keep counsel. Art thou here yet?
What should I do, madam? Run to the capital and nothing else? And so return to you and nothing else?
Bring me word, girl, if thy lord look well, for he went sickly forth. And take good note what Caesar doth, what suitors breast to him. Hark, girl, what noise is that?
I hear none, madam.
Prithee, listen well. I heard a bustling rumour like a fray, and the wind brings it from the capital.
Sooth, madam, I hear nothing.
Good morrow, woman. Which way hast thou been?
At mine own house, good lady.
What is it o'clock?
About the 9th hour, lady.
Is Caesar yet gone to the capital?
Not yet. I go to take my stand to see him pass on to the capital.
Thou hast some suit to Caesar, hast thou not?
That I have, madam. If it pleases Caesar to be so good to Caesar as to hear me, I will beseech him to befriend himself.
Why? Knowest thou any harms intended towards him?
None that I know will pass. Much that I fear may chance. Good morrow to you. The road here is narrow. The crowd that follows Caesar close on the heels of the senators, priors, and common suitors could crowd a feeble man almost to death. I'll get me to a place more void and speak to great Caesar as he comes along.
I must go in. I me how weak a thing the heart of woman is. Oh, Brutus, the heavens
and speed thee in thine enterprise. Sure the girl hurt me. Brutus hath assumed that Caesar will not grant. Oh, I grow faint. Run, Lucius, commend me to my lord. Say I am merry. Come to me again and tell me what he'll say to me.
The eyes of March are come.
I, Caesar, but not gone.
Hail, Caesar, read this schedule.
Trebonius doth desire you a bestial letter to read this, his humble suit.
Oh, Caesar, read mine first, for mine's a suit that touches Caesar Nero. Read it, great Caesar.
What touches us ourselves should be last served.
Delay not, Caesar. Read it instantly.
Well, is the fellow mad?
Cicero, give place.
What, urging your suits in the marketplace? Go to the capital.
I wish that your enterprise today may thrive.
What enterprise, Popilius?
Fare thee well.
What's that Popilius letter?
Wish today our enterprise might thrive. I fear our purpose is discovered.
Look how he makes to Caesar. Mark him.
Casca, be sudden, for we fear prevention. Brutus, what shall be done? If this be known, Cassius or Caesar never shall turn back, for I will slay myself.
Cassius, be constant. Popilius letter speaks not of our purposes. For look, he smiles, and Caesar doth not change.
Trebonius knows his time. Follow you, draws Mark Antony out of the way.
Where is Lieutenant Simba? Let her go and presently prefer her suit to Caesar.
She is addressed. Press near and succumb her.
Casca, you are the first that rears your hand.
Are we all ready? What is now amiss but Caesar and his Senate must redress?
Most high, most mighty, most puissant Caesar, Metellus Simba throws before thy seat.
I must prevent thee, Simba. These couchings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance and first decree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood as will be forward from the true quality with that which melteth fools. I mean, sweet words, lone crooked courtesies, and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. If thou dost bend and beg and pray for him, I spurn thee like a cur out of my way. No! Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more sweet than my own, to sound more sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repealing of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, Caesar, desiring thee that Publius Simba may have an immediate freedom of repeal.
What, Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon. As low as to thy foot doth Cassius fall, spec enfranchisement for Publius Simba.
I could be moved if I were as you. If I could pray to move, prayers would move me. But I am as constant as a northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. Oh, the skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But there's but one in all doth hold his place. And so it is in the world. Oh, 'tis well populated with men of flesh and blood and apprehensive. Yet in the number I do know but one, who unassailable holds on his rank, unshaken of motion. And that I am he, let me a little show it even in this. That I was constant, Simba should be banished, and constant do remain to keep him so.
Oh, Caesar!
Oh, hence will I lift up Olympus!
Great Caesar!
Well, doth not Brutus, ruthless kneel?
Speak hands for me!
Oh! 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 Oh!
Liberty! Freedom! Run hence, proclaim! Cry it in the streets!
Some to the common pulpits and cry out, liberty, freedom, and enfranchisement!
People and senators, be not affrighted. Fly not, stand still, ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus.
And Cassius too.
Where's Cicero?
Here, quite confounded with all this mutiny.
Stand fast, lest any friend of Caesar should...
Talk not of standing. Cicero, but good cheer. There is no harm intended to thy person, nor to no Roman else. So tell them, Cicero.
And leave us, Cicero, lest the people rushing on us should do your eggs some mischief.
Do so, and let no man abide this deed, but we, the doers.
Where is Antony?
Fled to his house amazed. Men, wives, children stare, crowds and run, as if it were doomsday.
Oh, fates, we will know your purpose. That we shall die, we know. 'Tis but the time and drawing days out that men stand upon.
Why, he that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death.
Grant that, and then is death a benefit. So are we Caesar's friends that have abridged his time of fearing death. Stoop, Romans, stoop. Let us bathe our hands in Caesar's blood up to the elbows and besmear our swords. Then walk we forth even to the marketplace, and waving our red weapons over our heads, let's all cry peace, freedom, and liberty.
Stoop then and wash. How many ages hence shall this our lofty scene be acted over, in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleed in sport, that now on Pompey's basis lies along no worthier than the dust?
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the lot of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
What, shall we forth?
Aye, every man away. Brutus shall lead, and we will grace his hills with the most boldest and best hearts of Rome.
Soft, comes here. Friend of Antony's.
Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Mark Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrate, thus he bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say I love Brutus, and I honour him. Say I feared Caesar, honoured him, and loved him. If Brutus will vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him, and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Mark Antony shall not love Caesar dead, so well as Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus, through the hazards of this untrod state, with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
My master is a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought him worse. Tell him, so please him come unto this place, he shall be satisfied. By mine honour, heart untouched.
I'll fetch him presently.
Know that we shall have him well to friend.
I wish we may, but I have a mind that fears him much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
But here comes Antony. Welcome, Mark Antony.
Almighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoil shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. Gentlemen, I know not what you intend. Who else must be red blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, there's no hour so fit as Caesar's death hour. No more instruments of half that worth as those your swords, made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech ye, if you bear me hard, now, whilst your purple hands do reek and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place shall please me so. No mean of death as here by Caesar, and by you cut off, the choice and master spirits of the age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. Though now we must appear bloody and cruel, as by our hands and this our present act you see we do. Yet see you but our hands, and this the bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful. And pity for the general wrong of Rome, as fire drives out fire, so pity hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, to you our swords have leaden points, Mark Antony. Our arms in strength of malice, and our hearts of brother's temper do entreat you in with all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
The voice shall be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Only be patient till we have appeased the multitude, beside themselves with fear, and then we will deliver you the cause why I, that loved Caesar when I struck him, have thus proceeded.
I do not doubt your wisdom. Let each one render me their bloody hand. First, Marcus Brutus, will I shake with you? Next, Caius Cassius, do I take your hand? Now, Decius Brutus, yours. Now yours, Metellus. Yours, Cinna. And my valiant Casca, yours. The last, not least in love, yours, good Trebonius. Gentlemen all, alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground. One of two bad ways you must conceive me, either a coward or a flatterer. That I did love thee, Caesar, oh, 'tis true. Then my spirit look upon us silence now? Shall it not grieve thee worse than thyself to see thy Antony making his peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble, in the presence of thy corpse? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, oh, it will become thee better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Julius. Here wast thou bearing brave heart. Here didst thou fall. Here thy hunters stand, sand in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy leafy. O world, thou wast the forest of this heart. This, indeed, O world, the heart of thee. How like a deer, struck in by many princes, dost thou, dear love.
Mark Antony.
Oh, pardon me, Caius Cassius. The enemies of Caesar shall say this, then the friend. 'Tis but cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so, but what compact can you to have with us? Will we pricked in number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was swayed by looking down on Caesar. Friends, am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope, that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else this were a savage spectacle. Our reasons are so full of good regard, that were you Antony, the son of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
That's all I seek. And now moreover Caesar, that I may produce his body to the marketplace, and in the pulpit, as becomes a friend, speak in the order of his funeral.
We shall, Mark Antony.
Brutus, a word with you. You know not what you do. Do not consent that Mark Antony speak in his funeral. Know you how much the people may be moved by that which he will utter.
By your pardon, I will into the pulpit first myself, and show the reason of our Caesar's death. What Antony shall speak, I will protest he speaks by leave and by permission. And that we are contented Caesar shall receive all true rites and lawful ceremonies, it should advantage more than do us wrong.
I know not what may fall. I like it not.
Mark Antony, here, take you Caesar's body. You shall not in your funeral speech blame us, but speak all good you can devise of Caesar, and say you do it by our permission. Else shall you not have any hand at all about his funeral. And you shall speak in the same pulpit whereto I am going, after my speech is ended.
Be it so. I do desire no more.
The body then, follow us.
Pardon me, thou bleeding piece of earth, that I am meek and gentle with these butchers. Thou art the ruins of the noblest man that ever lived in the time of times. Woe to the hand which shed this costly blood. Over thy wounds do I now prophesy, which like dumb mouths do ope their ruby lips to beg the voice and utterance of my tongue. A curse shall light upon the limbs of men. Domestic fury and fierce civil strife shall cumber all the parts of Italy. Blood and destruction shall be so in use, and dreadful objects so familiar, that mothers shall but smile when they behold their infants quartered by the hands of war, all pity choked by custom and fell deeds. And Caesar's spirit, ranging from revenge, with Arte by his side, come hot from hell, shall, within these confines, and with a monarch's voice, cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war, that this foul deed shall smell above the earth, with carrion men, groaning for burial. You serve Octavius Caesar, do you not?
I do, Mark Antony.
Caesar did write for him to come to Rome.
He did receive his letters and is coming. He bid me say to you by word of mouth that, oh, Caesar.
Thy heart is big. Get thee apart and weep. Passion I see is catching, for mine eyes, seeing those beads of sorrow stand in thine, began to water. Is thy master coming?
He lies tonight within 7 legions of Rome.
We'll post back with speed and tell him what hath chanced. This is a mourning Rome, a dangerous Rome. No place of safety for Octavius yet. Hide thee hence and tell him so. Yet stay a while. Thou shalt not back, till I have borne this body to the marketplace. There will I try, in my oration, how the people take the cruel issue of these bloody men, according to which thou shalt discourse to Octavius of the state of things. Lend me thy hand.
for his ambition? Who is here so base there would be a bondman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so rude it would not be a Roman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who is here so vile that will not love his country? If any speak, for him have I offended. I pause for a reply.
None, Brutus, none.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. The question of his death is enrolled in the capital. His glory not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offences enforced for which he suffered death. Here comes his body, mourned by Mark Antony, who, though he had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the commonwealth, as which of you shall not? With this I depart. But as I slew my best lover for the good of Rome, I have the same dagger for myself when it should please my country to need my death.
Live, Brutus, live, live!
Bring him with triumph home unto his house.
Give him a statue with his ancestors.
Let him be Caesar!
Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
Hey!
Brutus' house with shouts and clamours.
Be good, countrymen. Let me depart alone, and for my sake stay here with Antony. Do grace to Caesar's corpse, and grace his speech tending to Caesar's glories, which Antony, by our permission, is allowed to make. I do entreat you, not a man depart save I alone, till Antony have spoke.
Stay home, let us hear Mark Antony.
Let him go up into the public chair. We'll hear him. Go on, Antony, go on.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholden to you.
He said for Brutus' sake he finds himself beholding to us all.
To our best to speak no harm of Brutus here.
This Caesar was a tyrant!
Certainly a blessed Roman's rid of him.
Gentle Roman! Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears! I come to lend Caesar lots of praise. The evil that men do lives after thought. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let it be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you Caesar was ambitious. If it was so, it were a grievous fault. And grievously hath Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest. For Brutus is an honourable man. Honourable men. Come I speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. Yet Brutus said he was ambitious. Brutus is an honourable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill. Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When the poor have cried, Caesar hath wept. Ambition should be made of stern and staff. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honourable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. 'Twas this ambition. Yet Brutus says he was ambitious, and sure, he is an honourable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to say what I do know. You ought to love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you now to mourn for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar. I must pause a while, let it come back to me.
Methinks there's much reason in his sayings.
If then you consider rightly of the matter, Brutus, Caesar hath had great wrong.
As he masters, I fear there will worse come in his place.
Mark ye his words, he would not take the crown. Therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
And if it be found so, some will dare abide it.
His eyes was red as fire with weeping.
He's not a nobler man in Rome than Mark Antony.
And now, mark him, he begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir up your hearts and minds to mutiny and rage, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassius wrong, who you all know are honourable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I will wrong such honourable men. But here's the parchment, with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let but But the Commons hear this testimony. Pardon me, I do not mean to read. No. And they would come and kiss dead Caesar's wounds and dip their napkins in his sacred blood, yea, beg a Herod in the memory, and dying, mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
We're here to will. Read it out.
Patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men. And being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you to make you mad. It is good you know not you are his heirs. For if you should, what would come of it?
We'll read the will.
Read the will. You will compel me then to read the will. Then form a ring about the corpse of Caesar, and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend?
You shall have leave.
Irene, stand round.
Stand from the hearse, stand from the body.
Lay room for Antony, most noble Antony.
Press not upon me, so stand.
Room.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this man. I remember the first time ever Caesar put it on. It was on a summer's evening in his tent. That day he overcame the nervy eye. Look, in this place ran Cassius' dagger through. See what a rent the envious casket made. Through this, the well-beloved Brutus stabbed. And as he plucked his cursed steel away, mark how the blood of Caesar followed it, as rushing out of doors to be resolved if Brutus so unkindly knocked or no. For Brutus, as you know, was Caesar's angel. Judge, O you gods, how dearly Caesar loved him. This was the most unkindest cut of all. For when the noble Caesar saw him stabbed, ingratitude more strong than traitors' arts, quite vanquished him. Then burst his mighty heart, and in his mantle, muffling up his face, even at the foot of Pompey's statue, which all the while ran blood, great Caesar fell. Oh, what a fall was there, my countrymen! Then you and I and all of us fell down, whilst bloody treason flourished over us. Now you dint of pity, these are gracious drops. Kind friends, what weep you when you but behold our Caesar's vesture wounded? Look you here? Here is himself, marred, as you see, with traitors.
Piteous spectacle.
Oh, noble Caesar.
Woeful day.
Most bloody sight.
We
will be revenged. Revenge about fire, kill, burn, slay. Peace there. What is here, Antony?
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you after such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honourable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not that made them do it. But they are wise and honourable, and will no doubt with reasons furnish you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that loved my friend. And that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him. For I have neither wit, nor words, nor worth, action nor utterance, nor the power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right one. I tell you that you yourselves do know. Show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But were I Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there were an Antony would ruffle up your spirits, and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar, that should move the stones off Rome to rise and mutiny.
We'll mutiny! We'll burn the house of Brutus! Away then, come seek the conspirators!
Hey! Here Antony! Friends, you go to do you know not what, wherein hath Caesar thus deserved your love? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You forgot the will I told you of. Here is the will, and under Caesar's seal. To every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Oh, most noble Caesar, we will avenge his death.
Oh, royal Caesar.
Their impatience.
Peace home.
Moreover, he had left you all his walks, his private arbours, his new planted orchards on this side of Tiber. He had left to you and to your heirs forever. Common pleasures, to recreate yourselves. This was a Caesar. Whence comes another?
Never. Never. Come away. Away. We'll burn his body in the holy place, and with the brands, fire all the traitors' houses!
Go fast, fast!
Put down benches!
Put down benches! Now let it work. Mischief thou art afoot, take thou what course thou wilt.
Sir, Octavius is already come to Rome.
Where is he?
He and Lepidus are at Caesar's house.
It comes upon a wish. Fortune is merry, and in this mood will give us anything.
I heard him say that Cassius and Brutus are rid like madmen through the gates of Rome.
It would be like they had some notice of the people. How I had moved. Bring me to Octavius.
Tonight that I did feast with Caesar, and things unlucky charge my fantasy. I have no will to wander forth of doors, yet something leads me forth.
What is your name?
Whither are you going? Where do you dwell? Are you a married man or a bachelor?
Answer every man directly.
I am briefly.
I am wisely.
I am truly you a best.
What is my name? Whither am I going? Where do I dwell? Am I a married man or a bachelor? Then, to answer each man directly and briefly, wisely and truly, wisely I say, I am a bachelor.
That's as much as say married men are fools. You'll bear me a bang for that, I fear. Now proceed directly.
Directly, I'm going to Caesar's funeral.
As a friend or an enemy?
As a friend.
Matter is answered directly.
For your dwelling, briefly.
Briefly, I dwell by the capital.
Your name, sir, truly.
Truly, my name is Cinna.
Terrible citizens!
I am Cinna the poet! I am Cinna the poet! Hey, for madness!
His name Cinna! Put his name out of his heart and turn him going!
Come, brands, hellfire brands! To Brutus, to Cassius, burn all!
Cassius, from the Ligurius! Away, go!
These many then shall die, and their names are pricked.
Your brother too must die. Consent you, Lepidus?
I do consent,
Prick him down, Anthony.
upon condition Publius shall not live. Who is your sister's son, Anthony?
He shall not live. Look, with a spot I damn him. But Lepidus, go you to Caesar's house, fetch the will hither. We shall determine how to cast and charge in legacies.
What, shall I meet you here, or here at the capital?
This is a slight, unmeritable man. Meet to be sent on errands. Is it fit, the threefold world divided, he should stand one of the three to share it?
So you thought him, and took his voice you should be pricked to die, in our black sentence of description.
Octavius, I have no more years than thee. Though we lay these honours on this man, to ease ourselves of divers slanderous loads, we shall but bear them as the ass bears gold, to sweat and groan under the business. Yea, or drivel as we shall point the way. And having brought our treasure where we will, then take we down his load and turn him off like the empty ass, to shake his ears and graze in commons.
You may do your will. He is a tried and valiant soldier.
So is my horse Octavius, and for that I appoint him store of provender. 'Tis a creature that I teach to fight, to stop, to wind, to run directly on, whose corporal motion governed by my spirit. And in some taste his letters but so, for he must be taught, trained, sent go forth. A barren-spirited fellow feeds on objects, arts, and imitations, which, out of fashion, stale by other men, begins his taste. Talk not of him, but as a property. And now Octavius, listen. Great things. Brutus and Cassius are levying powers. We must straight make head. Therefore, let our alliance be combined. Our best friends made, our means stretched. And let us presently go sit in council, how covert matters may be best disclosed. An open peril, sure us answer it.
Let us do so, for we are at the stake, made about with many enemies. And some that smile have in their hearts, I fear, millions of mischiefs.
Stando, give the word hope and stand. Now, Lucilius, is Cassius near?
He is at hand, and Pindorus has come to do salutation for his master.
He greets me well. My master Pindorus, in his own change or by ill officers, has given me some worthy cause to wish things done undone. But if he be at hand, I shall be satisfied.
I'm sure that my noble master will appear such as he is, full of regard and honour.
It is not doubted. A word, Lucilius, how he received you, let me be resolved.
With courtesy, with respect enough. Not with such familiar instances, nor with such free and friendly conferences he has been involved.
Thou hast described a hot friend cooling. And a note, Lucilius, when love begins to sicken and decay, it useth an enforced ceremony. There are no tricks in plain and simple faith, but hollow men, like horses hot at hand, make gallant show and promise of their mettle. When they should endure the bloody spur, they fall their crests, and like deceitful jades, sink in the trial. Comes his army on.
They meet this night in Sardis to be quartered. The greater part of the horse in general have come with Cassius. Pardon, is right.
Most noble brother, you have done me wrong.
Well, judge me, you gods, wrong I mine enemies. And if not so, how should I wrong a brother?
Brutus, this sober form of yours, I
Cassius, be content. Speak your grief softly. I do know you well. Before the eyes of both our armies here, which should perceive nothing but love from us, let us not wrangle. Let them move away. Then in my tent, Cassius, enlarge your griefs, and I will give you orders.
Pindorus, let our commanders leave their charges off a little from this ground.
Cato, do you the like, and let no man come to our tent till we have done our conference. Lucilius and Titinius, down our doors.
That you have wronged me doth appear in this. You have condemned and noted Lucius Pella for taking bribes here of the Sardians, wherein my letters praying on his side, because I knew the man was slighted off.
You wrong yourself to write in such a case.
In such a time as this, it is not meet that every nice adventure bear his coming.
Let me tell you, Cassius, you yourself are much condemned to have an itching palm, to sell and march your offices for gold to undeservers.
I, an itching palm? You know you are Brutus that speaks this, or by the gods this speech well shall last.
The name of Cassius honours this corruption, and chastisement that therefore hide his head.
Chastisement?
Remember March. The Ides of March. Remember. Did not great Julius bleed for justice' sake? What villain touched his body that did stab and not for justice? What? Shall one of us that struck the foremost man of this world, but for supporting robbers? Shall we now contaminate our fingers with base bribes, and sell the mighty space of our large honours for so much trash as may be grasped thus? I had rather be the dog and bathe the moon than such a road.
Brutus, speak not me, I'll not endure it. You forget yourself to hedge me in. I'm a soldier, older in practice, able yourself to make conditions.
I'll go to you are not, Cassius.
I am.
I say you are not.
Urge me no more, I shall forget myself. Have mind upon your help, tempt me no further.
Away, sly man.
Is it possible?
Hear me, for I will speak. Must I give way and room to your rash choler? Shall I be frightened when a madman stares?
You gods, must I endure all this?
All this? Aye, more. Fret to your proud heart break. Go show your slaves how choleric you are, and make your bondmen tremble. Must I barge? Must I observe you? Must I stand and crouch under your testy humour? By the gods, you shall digest the venom of your spleen, though it do split you. For, from this day forth, I I'll use you for my mirth, yea, for my laughter when you are waspish.
Has it come to this?
You say you are a better soldier. Let it appear so. Make your vaunting true, and it shall please me well. For my part, I shall be glad to learn of noble men.
You wrong me every way. You wrong me, Brutus. I said an elder soldier, not a better. Did I say better?
If you did, I care not.
When Caesar lived, he durst not thus abuse me.
Oh, peace, peace. You durst not so have tempted him.
I durst not.
No.
What durst not?
Oh, for your life, you durst not.
Do not presume too much upon my love. I may do that, I shall be sorry for.
Oh, you have done that. You should be sorry for. There is no terror, Cassius, in your threats, for I am armed so strong in honesty, they pass by me as the idle wind which I respect not. I did send to you for certain sums of gold, which you denied me, for I can raise no money by vile means. By heaven, I had rather coin my heart and drop my blood for drachmas than to wring from the hard hands of peasants their vile trash by any indirection. I did send to you for gold to pay my legions, which you denied me. Was that done like Cassius? Should I have answered Caius Cassius so? When Marcus Brutus grows so covetous to lock such rascal counters to his friends, be ready, gods, with all your thunderbolts! Dash him to pieces!
I denied you not!
You did!
I did not! He was but a fool that brought my answer back. Brutus hath ride my heart. A friend should bear his friend's infirmities, but Brutus makes mine greater than they are.
I do not till you practice them on me!
You love me not.
I do not like your faults.
Friendly, I can never see such
And
faults.
flatterers would not let they do stand as huge as high Olympus.
Oh, come, Antony and young Octavius, come! Rid yourselves alone on Cassius. Cassius is a weary of the world, hated by one he loves, praised by his brother, checked like a bondman, all his faults observed, set in a notebook, learned and come by rote, cast into my teeth. I can read mine spirit from mine eyes. There is my dagger, and here my naked breast, within a heart dearer than Pluto's, mine richer than gold. If that thou be a Roman, take it forth. I that deny thee gold will give my heart. Strike as thou didst at Caesar, for I know when thou didst hate him worse, thou lovest him better than thou ever loved Cassius.
Sheathe your dagger. Be angry when you will, it would have scope. Do what you will, dishonour shall be humour. Oh, Cassius, you are yoked with a lamp that carries anger as the flint bears fire. Much enforced it shows a hasty spark. Straight is cold again.
Cassius lived to be but mirth and laughter to his Brutus. Grief and blood in temper vexed him.
When I spoke that, I was ill-tempered too.
Do you confess so much? Give me your hand.
And my heart too.
Old Brutus,
What's the matter?
have you not love enough to bear with me when the rash humour which my mother gave me makes me forgetful?
Yes, Cassius. And from henceforth, when you are over earnest with your Brutus, I think your mother tries and leave you so.
Let me go in to see the generals. There's some grudge between them. 'Tis not meet they be alone.
You shall not come to them.
Nothing but death shall stay me.
How now? What's the matter?
For shame, you generals. What do you mean? Love and be friends as two such men should be. For I've seen more years, I'm sure, than ye.
How violent doth this silly crime?
Get you hence, madam, saucy woman, hence.
Bear with her, Brutus. 'Tis her fashion.
I'll know her humour when she knows her time. What should the wars do with these jiggling fools? Companion, hence.
Away, away, be gone.
Lucilius and Titinius, did the commanders prepare to lodge their companies tonight?
And come yourselves, and bring Messenger immediately to us.
Lucius, a bowl of wine.
I did not think you could have been so angry.
Cassius, I'm sick of many griefs.
Of your philosophies you make no use. If you place to act attendant equals.
No man bears sorrow better. Portia is dead.
Huh? Portia?
She is dead.
How escaped I killing when I crossed you so? Oh, it's a portable and touching loss. Upon what sickness?
Patience of my absence. Grief that young Octavius and Mark Antony have made themselves so strong, for with her death that tidings came. With this she fell distract, and her attendant's absence swallowed fire.
And died so?
Even so.
Oh, modern gods!
Speak no more of her. Give me a bowl of wine. In this, I bury all unkindness, Cassius.
Fill, Lucius, till the wine has filled the cup. I cannot drink too much of Brutus's love.
Come in, Titinius. Welcome, good Messenger. Now sit we close about this taper here and call in question our necessities.
Portia, art thou gone?
No more, I pray you. Messenger, here receiving letters that young Octavius and Mark Antony come down upon us with a mighty power, bending their expedition toward Philippi.
Myself have letters of the self-same tenor.
With what edition?
The by prescription and bills of outlawry. Octavius, Antony, and Lepidus have put to death 100 senators.
Therein our letters do not well agree. Mine speak of 70 senators that died by their prescriptions, Cicero being one.
Cicero one?
Cicero is dead, and by that order of prescription. Had you your letters from your wife, my lord?
No, Messler.
Nor nothing in your letters writ of her?
Nothing, Messler.
Methinks is strange.
Why ask you? Here you ought to her in yours.
No, my lord.
Now, as you are a Roman, tell me true.
Then, like a Roman, bear the truth I tell. For certain she is dead, and by strange manner.
Why? Farewell, Portia. You must die, Messler. By meditating that you must die once, I have the patience to endure it now.
Even so, great men, great losses should endure.
I have as much of this in art as you, yet my nature could not bear it so.
Well, to our work alive. What do you think of marching to Philippi presently?
I do not think it good.
Your reason?
This it is. 'Tis better that the enemy seek us. So shall he waste his means, weary his soldiers doing him some offence, whilst we, lying still, are full of rest, defence, and nimbleness.
Good reasons must of force give place to better. People twixt Philippi and this ground do stand but in a forced affection, for they have grudged us contribution. The enemy marching along by them shall make a fuller number up, come on refreshed, new added and encouraged. From which advantage shall we cut me off, if at Philippi we do face him there, these people as our backs.
Hear me, good father.
Under your pardon. You must note beside that we have tried the utmost of our friends. Our legions are brimful, our cause is ripe. The enemy increaseth every day. We at the height are ready to decline. There is a tide in the affairs of men, which taken at the flood leads on to fortune. Admitted, all the voyage of their life is bound in shallows and in miseries. On such a full sea are we now afloat, and we must take the current when it serves, or lose our ventures.
And with your will go on. We'll align ourselves and meet them at Philippi.
The deep of night is crept upon our talk, and nature must obey necessity, which we will niggard with a little rest. There is no more to say.
No more. Early tomorrow we'll be rising hence.
Lucius, my gown. Good night, Tinius. Farewell, good Messler. Noble Cassius. Good night. Good repose.
Oh, most noble brother, this was an ill beginning of the evening. Never let such division come between ourselves again. Let it not, Brutus.
Everything is well.
Good night, my lord.
Good night, good brother.
Good night, Lord Brutus.
Good night, Lord Brutus. Farewell, everyone. Where is thy instrument?
Here in the tent.
What? Thou speaks drowsily. Poor mate, I blame thee not. Thou art well watched. Call Cato and some other of my men. I'll have them sleep on cushions in my tent.
Cato and Volumnius.
Calls my lord.
Ah, good sirs, and lie in my tent and sleep. It may be I shall raise you by and by on business to my brother Cassius.
So please you, we will stand and watch your pleasure.
I will not have it so. Lie down, good sirs. Maybe I shall otherwise bethink me. Look, Lucius. Here's the book I saw for, so I put it in the pocket of my gown.
I was sure your lordship did not give it me.
Bear with me, my girl. I'm much forgetful. Canst thou hold up thy heavy eyes a while and touch thy instrument a strain or two?
Aye, my lord, I'll please you.
It does, my gal. I trouble thee too much, but thou art willing.
Tis my duty, sir.
I should not urge thy duty past thy might. And then young girls look for a time of rest.
I have slept, my lord, already.
That was well done, and you shall sleep again. I will not hold thee long. I do live. Will be good to thee. This is a sleepy tune. Murderous slumber. Layest thou thy leaden mace upon my girl that plays thee music? Poor maid, I will not do thee so much wrong to wake thee. If thou must know about breaks thy instrument, take it from me. Good girl. Good night. Let me see. It's not the leaf turned down where I left reading. Here it is, I think. comes here. I think it is the weakness of mine eyes that shapes this monstrous apparition. It comes upon me. Art thou anything? Art thou some god, some angel, or some devil that makes my blood cold and my hair to stare? Speak to me what thou art.
Thy evil spirit, Brutus.
Why comest thou?
To tell thee thou shalt see me at Philippi.
Why, then I shall see thee again.
Aye, at Philippi.
Well, I shall see thee at Philippi then. Now I have taken heart, thou vanishest. Ill spirit, I would hold more talk with thee. Lucius, Volundius, Cato, awake!
The strings, my lord, of course.
I think she still is at her instrument. Dost thou dream, Lucius, that thou criest out?
My lord, it was never let me cry.
Yes, that thou didst. Didst thou see anything?
No, sir, nothing.
Lucius, sleep again. Volundius, fellow thou, awake!
My lord. My lord.
Why dost thou cry out so sad in your sleep?
Did we, my lord?
Aye, saw you anything?
No, my lord. I saw nothing. Nor I.
Go and commend me to my brother Cassius. Bid him send on his powers many times before, and we will follow.
It shall be done, my lord.
Look, Anthony, my hopes are answered. You said the enemy would not come down, but keep the hills and upper regions. It proves not so. Their battles are at hand, aiming to warn us at Philippi here, answering before we do demand of them.
Tut, hand in their bosoms, I know wherefore they do it. So they can be content to visit other places, and come down with fearful bravery, thinking by this face to fasten in our thoughts that they have courage. 'Tis not so.
Prepare ye, generals. The enemy comes on in gallant show, for the bloody sign of battle is hung out, and something to be done immediately.
Octavius, lead your battle softly on, upon the left hand of the even field.
Upon the right hand eye, keep down to the left.
Why do you cross me in this exigence?
I do not cross you, but I will do so.
They stand and we'll have parley.
Stand fast, Tiberius. You must out to talk.
Words before blows. Is it so, countryman?
Not that we love words better, as you do.
Good words are better than bad strokes, Octavius.
Your bad strokes. You make good words, Brutus, as witness the holy maid in Caesar's heart, crying, "Long live, hail Caesar!"
Antony, the posture of your blows are yet unknown. As for your words, they rob the highways and honeys.
Not stingless too.
Oh yes, and soundless too. For you have stolen their buzzing, Antony, and very wisely threat before you sting.
Oh, villains! You did not so when you hacked your vile daggers into the sides of Caesar. Oh, and then you showed your teeth like apes, and fawned like hounds, and bowed like bondsmen, kissing Caesar's feet, whilst damned Casca like a cur behind struck Caesar on the neck. Oh, you flatterers!
Flatterers? Now, Brutus, thank yourself. This tongue would not have offended so today if Cassius might have ruled.
Come, come, the cause! If arguing makes us sweat, the proof it will turn to redder drops. Look, I draw a sword against traitors. When you think the sword goes up again? Never! Till Caesar's 33 wounds be well avenged, or until another Caesar have had his slaughter the sword of traitors.
Caesar, thou canst not die by traitors' hands, unless thou bringst them with thee.
So I hope. I was not born to die on Brutus' sword.
Oh, if thou were the noblest of thy strength, young man, thou couldst not die more honourable.
A peevish schoolboy, worthless of such honour, joined with a masker and a reveller.
Old Cassius still.
Come, Antony, away. Defiance, traitors, hurl in your teeth. If you dare fight today, come to the field. If not, when you have stomachs.
Now, blow winch, more billow and swim hard. The storm is up and all is on the hazard.
Lucilius, hark. Where are they?
My lord.
Messala,
What says my general?
Messala, today is my birthday, as this very day was Cassius born. Give me thy hand, and be thou my witness that against my will, as Pompey was, am I compelled to set upon one battle all our liberties. You know that I held Epicurus strong, and his opinion too. Now I do change my mind, and partly credit things that do presage. Coming from Sardis on our former ensign, 2 mighty eagles fell, and their perch, gorging and feeding from our soldiers' hands, which Philippi here consulted us. This morning are they fled away and gone, and in their places do ravens, crows, and kites fly our heads, and downward look on us as though we were sickly prey. The shadow seems a canopy most fatal, under which our army lies, ready to give up the ghost.
Believe not so.
I believe it but partly. For I am fresh of spirit, and resolved to meet all perils very constantly.
Even so, Lucius.
Now, most noble Brutus, the gods today stand friendly, that we may, lovers in peace, near on our days to age. But since the affairs of men still rest uncertain, let's reason with the worst that may befall. If we do lose this battle, then is this the very last time we shall speak together? What are you then determined to do?
Even by the rule of that philosophy by which I did blame Cato for the death which he did give himself. I know not how, but I did find it cowardly and vile for fear of what might fall, so to prevent the time of life, arming myself with patience to stay the providence of some high powers that govern us below.
Then if we do lose this battle, you are contented to be led in triumph through the streets of Rome?
No, Cassius. No. Think not, thou noble Roman, that Brutus will go bound to Rome. There's too great a mind. But this same day must end that work the Ides of March begun, and whether we shall meet again, I know not. Therefore, our everlasting farewell take. Forever and forever farewell, Cassius. If we do meet again, why, we shall smile. If not, why, then this parting was well made.
Forever and forever. Farewell, Brutus. If we do meet again, we'll smile indeed. If not, it is true this parting was well made.
Well then, lead on. Oh, that a man might know the end of this day's business ere it come. But it sufficeth that the day will end, and then the end is known. Come home! Away! Ride, vessel, ride, and give these bills unto the legions on the other side. Bid them set on at once, for I perceive but cold demeanour on Octavius' wing, and sudden push gives them the overthrow. Ride, Vesla, let them all come down!
Look, Titinius, look, the villains fly. Except mine own returned enemy. Hence I hear of mine was totally back. I slew the coward and did take it from him.
Oh, Cassius, Brutus did give the word too early, and having some advantage on Octavius, took it too eagerly. His soldiers fell to spoil, and now we, by Antony, are all enclosed.
Fly further off, my lord, fly further off. Marcandy is in your tents, my lord, so fly, noble Cassius, fly far off.
This hill is far enough. Look, Titinius. Are those my tents where I perceive the fire?
They are, my lord.
Titinius, if thou lovest me, not my horse, my best birds in him until he have brought me to yonder troops and back, that I may rest assured whether yon troops are friend or enemy.
I will return, even with a thought.
Minus, is high on that hill, silence in the thick. Regard Titinius and tell me what thou noticed about the hill. Today I breathe my first. The time has come round, where I can begin as I end. My life is what is compass. Sir, what news?
Oh, my lord!
What news?
Titinius is enclosed round about with horsemen that make her on the spur, yet she spurs on. Now they are almost upon her. Now Titinius, now some light. Oh, she lights too. She's taken! Oh, they shout for joy.
Oh, come down, come down. Oh, that I am to see my best friend turn before my face. Come hither, sir. Hard did I take thee prisoner, and swore thee, saving of thy life, that whatsoever I bid thee do, thou shouldst attempt it. Now keep thine oath, and be a free man, and with this good sword that ran through Caesar's power, search this bosom. Stand up to answer. Here, take the hilt. And when thy face is covered, as it is now, go down the sword. Caesar, thou art revenged, whom the sword killed thee.
And so I am a free man. Yet would not so have been, just I have done my will. O Cassius, far from this land Pindarus shall run, where never Roman shall take note of him.
It is but change, Titinius, for Octavius is overthrown by noble Brutus's power, as Cassius's legions are by Antony.
These tidings will not comfort Cassius.
Where did you leave him?
Oh, all disconsolate, with Pindarus, his bondsman, here on this hill.
Is not that he that lies upon the ground?
He lies not like the living. Oh, my heart!
Is not that he?
No. This was he, Messala. Cassius is no more. Oh, setting sun, as in thy red rays thou didst set tonight, so in his red blood Cassius' day is set. The sun of Rome is set, our day is done. Clouds, dews, dangers are come, our deeds are done. Mistrust of my success hath done this deed.
Mistrust of good success hath done this deed. Oh, hateful error, melancholy's child. Why dost thou show to the apt thoughts of men the things that are not?
Oh, error soon conceived.
Thou never comest unto a happy birth, but kill'st the mother that engendered thee.
What? Pindrus? Where art thou, Pindrus?
Go seek him, Titinius, whilst I go to meet the noble Brutus, thrusting this report into his ears. I may say thrusting it, for piercing steel and darts envenomed shall be as welcome to the ears of Brutus as tidings of this sight.
I, Messala, and I will seek Pindrus a while. Why didst thou send me forth, brave Cassius? And did I not meet your friends? And did they not give me this wreath and bid me give it thee? Did thou not hear their shouts? Alas, thou hast misconstrued everything! Behold thee. Take this wreath upon thy brow. My Brutus bid me give it thee, and I will do his bidding. Oh, come apace, Brutus, and see how I have regarded Caius Cassius. I leave the gods. This is a Roman's part. Come, Cassius' sword. Find Titinius' heart.
Where Messala doth his body lie?
Lo yonder, Titinius.
Morning.
Titinius faces upward.
She is slain.
Oh, Julius Caesar, thou art mighty yet. Thy spirit walks abroad and turns our swords in our own proper entrails.
Brave Titinius, look, where she have not crowned dead Cassius.
Yet 2 Romans living such as these. The last of all the Romans, fare thee well. 'Tis impossible that ever Rome should breed thy fellow. Friends, I owe more tears to this dead man than you shall see me pay. I shall find time, Cassius. I shall find time. Come, therefore, and to Thassos send his body. This funeral shall not be in our camp, lest it discomfort us. Come, Lucilius and young Cato, come, let us to the field. Volumnius Clitus, set our battles on. 'Tis 3 o'clock, and Romans yet ere night. We shall try fortune in a second fight. Head, countrymen! Again, hold up your heads!
What bastards I've got? Who will come with me? I will proclaim my name about the field. I am the son of Marcus Cato. Ho! A foe to tyrants and thy country's friend. I am the son of Marcus Cato. Ho!
And I'm Brutus, Marcus Brutus, I, Brutus, my country's friend. No me for Brutus. Oh, young and noble Cato, art thou down?
You!
Almost died over his Titinius. Only I yield to die. There is so much that thou will kill me straight, kill Brutus, and be honoured in his death.
We must not, a noble prisoner.
From her, tell Antony Brutus is ta'en.
I'll tell the news. Here comes the general. Brutus is taken. Brutus is taken, my lord.
Well, where is he? Safe, Antony. Brutus is safe enough. I dare assure thee that no enemy shall ever take alive the noble Brutus. The gods defend him from so great a shame. When you do find him, he'll be found like Brutus, like himself.
This is not Brutus' friend, though I assure you I prize no less in worth. Keep this man safe. Give him all kindness. For I'd rather have such men my friends than enemies. And go on, and see where Brutus be alive or dead. Bring us word unto Octavius' tent, how everything is chanced.
Now, poor remains of friends, rest on this rock.
Statilius showed the torchlight, but my lord he came not back. slain.
Sit thee down, Clitus. Slaying is the word. It is a deed in fashion. Hark thee, Clitus.
Not I, my lord. Not for all the world.
Peace then, no words.
I'd rather kill myself.
Good Volumnius, come hither. List a word.
What say, my lord?
By this, Volumnius. The ghost of Caesar hath visited me several times by night. At Sardis once, and this last night here in Philippi fields. I know my hour is come.
Not so, my lord.
Nay, Volumnius, I am sure it is. Thou seest the world, Volumnius, how it goes. Our enemies have beat us to the pit. It is more worthy to leap in ourselves than tarry till they push us. Good friends, thou knowest that we two went to school together. Even for that I love of old, I prithee. Hold thou my sword hilt, whilst I do run on it.
This is not an office for a friend, my lord.
Fly! Fly, my lord! Are you here?
Farewell to you. And you, good Volumnius. Strata, thou hast been all this while asleep. Farewell to thee too, good Strata. Countrymen, my heart doth joy, but yet in all my life I found no man but he was true to me. I shall have glory by this losing day, more than Octavius and Mark Antony by this vile conquest shall attain unto. So fare thee well at once, for Brutus' tongue hath almost ended his life's history. Night hangs on mine eyes, and my bones would rest, but have but laboured to attain this hour.
Fly, fly, my lord!
Get hence! I will follow. Strato, I pray. Stay thou by thy lord. Thou art a fellow of a good repute. Thy life hath had some smash of honour in it. Hold thou my sword and turn away thy face while I do run in it. Wilt thou, Strato?
Give me your hand first. Fare you well, my lord.
Farewell, good Strato. Caesar, now be still. Kill not thee with half so good a will.
What woman is that?
Strato, where is my master? Free from the bondage you were in, Messala. The conquerors can but make a fire of him. But Brutus only overcame himself, and no man else have honour by his death.
So Brutus should be found. I thank thee, Brutus, that thou hast proved Lucilia's saying true.
Madam, will thou bestow thy time with me?
Aye, if Messala will prefer me to you.
Do so, good Messala.
How died my master Strato? I held the sword, and he did run on it.
Octavius, then take her to follow thee, that did the latest service to my master.
This was the noblest Roman of them all. All the conspirators, save only he, did that they did in envy of great Caesar. He only, in a general honest thought and common good to all, made one of them. His life a gentle. And in him the elements so mixed that nature might stand up and say to all the world, this was a man.
According to his virtue, let us use him, with all respect and rights of burial. Within my tent tonight his bones shall lie, as like a soldier, ordered honourably. So call the field to rest and let's away, to part the glories of this happy day.